Hello there, we are back with a sort of a trip where we sort of stumbled and bumbled our way onto kind of a cool little city.
Yeah, Santa Fe. We had planned to go to Bisty Badlands and we're sitting in a restaurant figuring out how to go to the next stop and like, oh, this isn't going to work out so well for us this time. So we started looking up Santa Fe because we were going to New Mexico and like, it looks like a pretty cool little town. Let's go there. And off we went.
First stop was the visitor center because we really didn't know much about what we were getting into.
Yeah, and they were very helpful. I'd recommend stopping there. But that was pretty cool because there was like this little doll looking scary thing in there. And I was like, well, what is that? And she said it's Zozobra. It's like the original Burning Man festival where they set a giant thing on fire and it has like a meaning about setting things free or
right. Everybody puts in the things they want to set free or get out of their life, and they burn this. It's like, I think it's like 100 foot tall.
Yeah, it's
and many thousands of people come to check it out.
Right, it's a big ordeal, but they do have a little statue of it in that visitor center. So if you want to see what he looks like.
But we didn't do that on our trip. That we were there at the wrong time. But she pointed us to some two super cool historical places that were like footsteps away from the visitor center.
The oldest house and the oldest church.
Yeah, which was the San Miquel Chapel. They were both 400 plus years old.
Mm-hmm.
They were both free to walk around.
They were.
It was also free to park near the visitor center there. They had a big lot there. It was a pretty nice way to be welcomed. And the people at the visitor center were awesome, super helpful for us. And then we like walked around and we saw that church with the miracle staircase in it.
Yeah, the Loretto Chapel. And you get to go into the chapel, and there's a little story that they tell you just through like the loudspeakers or whatever. But you're sitting in that actual church, and that staircase is there. And don't want to give it away, but there's some pretty cool myths behind this staircase. Like one just being that they're not really sure who built it or why he just came all of a sudden and put the staircase together, left, and never asked for payment or anything like that. But there's a couple other mysteries behind that staircase as well.
And we walked around and saw other historical sites, another church on the way. We ended up at Santa Fe Plaza, which was kind of adorable little part of town.
Yeah, lots of shops.
Shops,
Art.
Restaurants. What about all the crafts? You spent like 12 hours looking for pottery.
I wanted some New Mexico pottery. Yeah, they have that there. They have lots of jewelry. And copper seems to be a big thing there.
And it was all native made. And most of the actual designers and the people who created it were the ones selling it on the street there. Santa Fe had, I don't know, like 3 billion art galleries. Like everywhere you looked, and they have sections that are dedicated to the arts there. Multiple art museums. There's a Georgia O'Keeffe Museum, place called the Palace of Governors. Just a lot of art and art galleries. A beautiful city. It just had a nice feel and vibe to it.
Yeah, it didn't really feel too city-like. Or maybe small city, but like not a lot of cars driving around, and yeah, it had a good atmosphere.
Yeah. And then we actually went back the next day to Santa Fe. We stayed there one night, went back because we wanted to go to a museum in town. Or not a museum, what would you call that place?
An immersive museum or an immersive something.
All right. So anyway, we're going to tell you more about that immersive something on a follow-up trip. But there are other things. There's a lot of ruins outside of Santa Fe. Definitely a city that I could see myself spending a couple of nights in, maybe 3 or 4 nights, exploring the outskirts and just chilling and relaxing in that beautiful old historical area. So that's it for Santa Fe. But we've got a whole bunch of stuff from this trip to Arizona and New Mexico coming up. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing.
We'd greatly appreciate that.
All right, ciao.
Ciao.